Welcome traders to our midweek technical analysis video. So dropping straight into things here from where the week has started. So as you can see, this is the first candlestick of the week. We opened up in a bullish fashion. We then saw some low time frame consolidation up until around 2 o'clock, where we eventually broke this consolidation area. Price pushed up to our next point of interest of around 4,218, and since then price has been consolidating sideways, with the top side resistance of being 4,218 and our bottom side support, which is roughly the area of 4,180. As you can see, this level has been tested quite a few times in this overall consolidation area. We have seen some wicks out of this area, but we are sort of roughly staying within within this resistance and support that we found. So there's one thing that I do want to do, and we're going to go ahead and grab a fixed range volume profile and just have a look if there are any levels that we want to take into account. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and mark up the entirety of this consolidation and just sort of understand where the most volume is currently at. So obviously this midpoint is our point of control, or POC. This is our VAL, our value area low, and then obviously our value area high. So you can see that between this bottom side support point of interest that we have marked in, here, this bottom side support interest, and this top side resistance, we have our point of control sort of somewhere in the middle. So if I go ahead and just sort of remove this real quick, so you can see that I just dragged this level across. So this was a point of control that we established from a previous week. I'm dragging it into the future. You can see that it's acting sort of as a middle pivotal point for this overall consolidation. So we have this top side resistance, then we have that middle pivotal point, and then we have that absolute bottom side support, and we also have this very high top side resistance that we could expect to see price reject off of if we see price come into this area. But if I go ahead and grab that fixed range volume profile again, so as you can see, our if I go ahead and grab just a couple rectangles real quick, our point of control is roughly in between our top side resistance and our middle pivotal point. And then our value area low is between our pivotal point and our bottom side support, indicating to us that they're definitely going to be levels that we want to take into account. And then obviously our top side resistance, our value area high is not far from our top side resistance. So with that being said, we now have a couple more levels or a couple more points that we can take into account when price reacts to it. So obviously the level that price is in now, we're gonna look for price to act as support. If price, by the time this technical analysis finishes, has broken past this level, then we're going to be looking at that value area low as that next level of support. And if that doesn't hold, then we're looking at our own POI or point of interest. And it will be the same scenario for the top side or the upside. So if we see price reject off of this level as a support, we're then looking for the level that we've just established as our point of control to be the next possible area of resistance. And the next level will be 4,218, which is our own POI, and we'll look for price to test that as resistance. If price ends up breaking structure at this level, we're looking at this level, and so on and so forth. That's basically how we look at the markets and how we expect price to react at certain levels. But obviously we are currently in a point of interest, which was a previous POC that we established a few weeks back. Obviously a POC doesn't really, it was the volume for a previous week. So in terms of volume, it doesn't really mean anything. But as you can see, the reason we have sort of these big purple rectangle boxes in place is because it's a point that we can see price testing at as both support and resistance, or just support or just resistance. So it's an area that we can expect price to have some sort of reaction to. And as you can see, this point of control that we have dragged into the future, you can see that multiple times we have seen price react to this level as both support and resistance. And obviously price is coming into this area now. What we could potentially see in this level is for price to end up consolidating on the lower time frames, potentially give us a sort of exhausted candlestick looking something like this, where you see sort of a wick at the back end of it. But I will say one thing right now, looking at current price action for these last 4 hours, things are very bearish, and the sellers are very much in control of the market as of right now. The reason I can say that is because you see these big wicks here, so that means that price has the candlestick has opened here, buyers have pushed price all the way up, probably at the start of the candlestick, and then towards the end, towards the close of this candle, you can see that sellers have pushed price all the way down to the past the open price of this candle, all the way back down to here. And you can see buyers trying to step back in, but sellers' pressure still holding price down. And you can see the same sort of thing happening here. Buyers have obviously pushed price up, and then sellers have stepped back in and taken control. You can see it happening here as well. So it looks like this candlestick, the first candlestick of these four, was the last point that the buyers really gave it their last push, and then they have given up since we have rejected off of a point of control that we just established, and indicating to long position traders that they don't really want to be in the market right now. So as you can see, sellers are pushing the price down. There is some sort of battle going on between buyers and sellers in this candlestick here. Obviously, you can see that we are closing soon. We are 3/4 of the way through this candle, so it'll be interesting to see how this candle actually finishes. But I think if we see something like this, I think that means that the buyers are now confident and they're going to step back in control. However, if we see sort of the same price action we're seeing inside this hour continue, then the buyers won't really step into the market until the next point of interest, which will be our value area low here. This is the next level that we could potentially see buyers step into the market. So that being said, that's pretty much it for our midweek technical analysis. Overall, I think price is going to continue this consolidation until we see either a clean break of roughly the area of 4,170, which is sort of what tried to happen here, but we didn't successfully see it. We sort of need a candlestick to finish anywhere sort of below 4,000, anywhere below 4,170. If we see a closing price below that level or below that price, then we'll expect price to continue and break this consolidation in a bearish fashion, and then it will be the same for this upmost top side resistance of around 4,240. If we see a clean break of that, so looking for anywhere above sort of 4,244, we see a candlestick finish above that, we're then going to expect price to push to our next point of interest of 4,270. So yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it for our midweek technical analysis video. Apologies for no post-week market review. I had some things going on, so I didn't have the time for it, but we are back. We're back in action. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas now, so if you are a person that does celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. I hope you're ready or somewhat ready for it. I know I am. I personally do celebrate Christmas. I love spending that time with family and friends. Really nice time of year. So, but yeah, that's going to be our midweek technical analysis video. As always, I hope you've all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you in our post-week market review. Peace.